What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Outdoor Gear. Like I said, my name is Aaron Bottoms, and today we are going to be reviewing something that anybody in the outdoor world uses, and that is knives. A knife, a specific knife, and that is the Outdoor Edge. Now, I've seen a lot of these. A lot of people I know use them, and based off of what they are, they're a good product. I have never personally owned one, so from my perspective, they've been a good product, but let's see what they're made out of. Alright, so pulling it out the box here. This is a crypto. I don't know what it's called. It's, I think, the Predator series on camouflage, but yeah, get a little nice little pack. You can put it through your belt loop here. And then it comes with the knife. So, it's about a 6-inch folding knife. It opens up and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 replacement blades and a blade already on it. So if we open it up here, standard folding knife from the outside opens up, and their big selling feature is the replacement on the blades here. You can take them off, replace them with a new one, you're ready to go. This is a 3.5-inch Razorlite. That's what they call it. So, seems pretty sharp. The biggest thing is, how does the knife hold up? We know that you can replace the blades. We know that they have a sharpener for it, and you can buy the replacement sharpener, you can buy replacement blades, but really, what can the blade itself stand before you have to replace it? And is it worth buying? Is it going to cost you more money in the long run instead of buying a nice knife and a nice sharpening set? Who knows? So, let's see what this thing is made of. Stay hydrated. Alright, so a simple test I feel like is, can it cut through a water bottle? You know, it's a knife. We need to be sharp. We need to cut through things. I cut through a lot of water bottles for the dog and whatnot, so. And like butter. Alright. So, as it feels like it should be, you know, goes right around. Obviously simple plastic there. Just very gently here. Right off. Alright, cool. Refreshing. Nice good X here. Maybe you got a love in your life and you want to carve your name out. My wife's name starts with A, and I am an A, so A plus A. Yeah, seems pretty sharp. Let me finish my water here. After all that nonsense here of cutting this tree up, yeah, I mean, it's still sharp enough to cut through this bottle here. So, still pretty sharp. What if you want to use this as a throwing knife? Your worst enemies. Try that again. Let me get it. Yay! It's in the tree. Cool. Oops! I broke my blade. Darn. Guess I gotta get a new one. Okay. On to the next blade. Alright, well, we broke that first blade there. I'm going to replace one and see how easy it is to change. Blade. Came right out with that little button right there. You see that? Open up our new bad boy here. Be careful because they are, in fact, sharp. Hit that button again. And slide it on in. Let go, make sure she's tight, and we're ready to go. Quick and easy. Maybe it's useful, maybe you go through blades a lot. I mean, that didn't take much to break, but we'll see. The other thing is, this handle, what if it gets wet? Obviously, water, blood, any of that stuff you got going on, how's that going to feel? So far, pretty good rip. Water's just slimy though. It's not slimy, it's just wet. So, Still feels like a nice grip on it. Be gentle here and open it up. Still feels like I can get a good grip. It's not just sliding out. I'm holding on to it pretty good, so that's a good thing. Feels pretty nice. Let's see something else here. I don't know about y'all, but I like the bowl. How do you think this is going to handle being rolled across the pavement, asphalt, whatever you want to call it, our driveway? Let's see how it works. He's looking at the shot. We'll give it a good slam on the pavement, see what happens. Popped open, but looks to be all right. Got a little damage there, but all right, after doing a little bit of damage there, let's see. After being tossed on the concrete or the pavement, whatever you want to call it, and then scraped across and all that stuff, how sharp is it? This is just an old piece of tubing, rubber tubing. Cut through a little bit, finish it off here, bend it over. So, not too bad. It's still sharp enough to do that. Still feels plenty sharp, maybe not so much up here on the tip, but back here definitely does. Let's try it with the back. Same kind of result. That's pretty much what I had. A couple slices. An old strap. Let's see what it does to this. Remember, always cut away from you. Not really doing too much. There we go. She's pretty dull at this point. There we go. Alright, she cut through, finally. So, with that being said, let's put a new blade on it. Let's see what this new blade does to this hose. With pressure, of course. It is razor sharp, but it does take a little bit of pressure. But obviously much easier. Take this old strap here. Right through. Just a little residual. Do it a couple times. Get a little closer for y'all. So obviously, new blade, better result. Alright, so for obvious purposes, we're going to remove the blade here. Like that. Remember that button, pulls right out, put the blade over there. However, we want to do a little bit of a stress test. Secure it, we just want to bend just a little bit, see what it can take. Crank down a little bit more. See how much bend it can take. That's pretty good. I'm putting a good amount of pressure on there. It felt like it bent a little bit. Really crank down here. Pushing downwards. Broke free there. So, see how she held up. Looks pretty good. I mean, obviously some damage on the outside there. Still looks pretty straight. Still closes. Still open. Get our blade here. Pops in. So you don't have to hold this button down when you put it back in. You just line it up right. Get a notch in there, and it clicks right in, and you're good to go. So, that seemed to be alright. I bent it pretty good left to right, and she held up. She didn't crack, she didn't break, she didn't do anything like that. Alright, so, as you can see, it's not new anymore. Taking a little bit of damage. This is our third blade. The other ones got scratched up, got pretty dull. You know, we went bowling, and the handle held up really well, actually. Very surprised about that. I mean, it seems like very good quality. Just got a little damage back here on the back. Little scuff marks up here on that. But it still functions. Still opens, closes, vice versa, all of that jazz. Like I said, to change these blades out, it's very simple. There's a little button here. Push that, pull out, put a new one in, line it up in the hole, if I can do it. Clicks in. Good to go. Ready for another cut. That is the Razorlite 3.5. Not a bad knife. Kind of like it. Pretty straightforward. This thing held up pretty well, actually. I mean, we slammed it on the ground a few times. We went bowling with it. We put it in the tree. We flexed it from left to right in a vise. And this little knife is pretty cool. Obviously, what the biggest take from this is replacing these blades, whether or not it's worth getting the knife and replacing the blades. And that all depends on how much you use it. Even when we kind of scraped it against the asphalt or up and down or against trees, it stayed sharp enough to do its job as a pocket knife. It probably wouldn't have been the most ideal knife for skinning a deer or anything like that at that point. However, in a survival situation, it would still work. I don't think there's much in this tip here, because when we stabbed the tree and bent it back and forth just a little bit, that did break. But again, you have packs of replacement blades. The knife by itself goes about 40 bucks, which isn't bad for a standard knife. You know, you can get a Cutco for a couple $100. So it all depends on what you're wanting to spend off the get-go, but that comes with 5 replacement blades. And if you use it properly, just skinning deer, things like that, these blades will probably last you, you know, a deer or two. And depending on how many you're shooting, you know, if you're shooting a big bull elk, you might go through 2 blades or something like that. If you're shooting a tougher animal, you know, depending on how much you're using it, stuff like that, kind of depends on the very amount of time that you use your blade. But with that being said, replacement blades, you can buy a 6-pack for, I think, $12, or you could spend pretty much the amount of the cost of the blade for a 24-pack. How long will that last you? I don't know. For me personally, mainly doing ducks and geese and the occasional deer, small game, things like that. One blade will probably last me for half the season, so it's kind of worth it in my book to have one of these. Whether or not it be your skinning knife in general or just a pocket knife and keep it on hand for smaller game, I think this is a good buy. It holds up pretty well. It feels good in the hand. And again, you replace these blades. They make a smaller one, they make bigger ones, but this is a perfect size for me to keep on hand and to keep in my blind bag or my pocket, probably the blind bag, and it's just ready to go. Again, replacement blades, you put a couple of these in your bag, they're good to go. Yeah. Outdoor Edge Razorlite 3.5, 3.5 inch blade, 6 inch in total. Great product. I like it a lot. So, if you're looking for a new knife in general all around, something you can take anywhere, fish, deer, whatever you want to do, I think it's a good one to get. Comes with a box, comes with a case, replacement blades, and the knife. I hope this was useful information. If you're looking to buy one, highly recommend it. I kind of like it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it in my bag right now. And I'm going to buy some replacement blades because don't know how long they'll last me. Maybe they'll last me for a long time. Maybe they'll last me for 1 bird or 2 birds, but it seems like they will last a bit as long as you're not slamming it on the ground like I do. So, hope you enjoyed. Stick around for more coming out. Like, subscribe, let us know what you want to see, and we'll see you next time.